everyone, Michelle Fixit here. I am doing a video on what do you do if your emissions code will not go away and you're failing emissions. Well, for anyone that's listening, I just had to go through the process, so I figured it'd be a great time to give a DIY. So, your vehicle failed inspection. You can take it to a trusted mechanic, trusted being the key word there. Words. There. And you can pay to have your vehicle serviced, or if you're a DIYer, then what you can do is you can look up your code for your vehicle. A lot of people don't do this. A lot of people don't pay. It's like $20-$30. There's like a little code reader that I keep in each one of the vehicles, and have helped other people out on the road. You can use your code reader, and on the sheet they're going to give you a printout that says the code that shot whatever, or the ones that were there whenever you failed your emissions. They only care about the emissions stuff. So you put in your vehicle information, 2003 Chevy Trailblazer, or 1999 Ford F-150, and then P0442. If it says that it's a gas cap, that's going to be your first starting point. You look and you say, okay, well, I got another gas cap, and you keep the receipt for that. And if you have the code reader, you clear the code, you drive around for a bit. If it pops back on, then you're going to have to go to the next little level of it. There's a huge misconception about that. I think it is the P0442 or P0440, something like that. That it's always just going to be the gas cap, and once you get a gas cap, then it should be good. No, that is not the case. There's also a misconception that your vehicle will automatically clear its code out. That is also not true. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Which is why I recommend either going to AutoZone, Advance. I don't like Advance. I like AutoZone because of their warranty program. And having that code cleared out once you have changed out that part. If it's not that, then you're going to jump on one of the forums and you're going to just kind of deep dive and see what the secondary issues are for that code. Whatever parts that you buy for that vehicle, you're going to keep. In the state of Maryland, which is where we're talking about for this video, in the state of Maryland, if you spend more than $450 on parts or parts and labor or mechanics fees, and you bring that receipt into the emissions place within 30 days of a failed emissions, then you will get a waiver, or it's not an exemption, I think it's the waiver, because you have spent their allocated amount that they think that you should spend over a 2-year cycle to get your vehicle good again on the road. So I hope that information is useful to you guys, because while I was in there doing my paperwork, because I was overdue on emissions, I previously failed, I changed out some parts and stuff, I made some videos. One of the times that I had this happen for the Ram, they didn't believe that I didn't do the work. They're just like, you could have just bought the parts. So I had to go out there and show them, hey, this is what you have to do in order to change the stuff out. I work on vehicles, blah, 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 blah. I did not have the channel at that point. This time I told the lady up front, I'm like, look, I'm Michelle Fixit. I've got a little teeny tiny YouTube channel, so I did make videos while I was changing out the parts if you want to see, because it's raining. Otherwise, we can go out to the vehicle and I can show you what I did. And just so you guys know, throttle bodies are considered in that 450. Spark plugs, ignition coils, gas caps, of course, anything that has to do with the emissions on your vehicle is going to be included in that. So if you spend your $450 and you keep your receipts, whether you do DIY it or you take it to a mechanic shop and you bring them in within 30 days, then boom bang, you're good to go back on the road, and you don't have to keep going in every, I think it's 30 days they give you when you fail. And I did find out today, because I was sitting there while she was tallying up my receipts and other people came in. It's $10 at the kiosk things. It's $14 if you go into the actual ones. The Trailblazer, for some reason, cannot go into the kiosk one. Big Sexy, my Ram, she can, so we just go in, we plug her up, and then she's great. The emission stations are where you would need to go if you did clear it and you failed and you changed out parts and you need to do the receipts. Additionally, there were a couple people that thought they had to walk into the emissions office in order to do the emissions. You do not need to do that. It would probably be really good if they put a ginormous sign up that said, hey, if you're here for emissions, drive around. You drive around, you try to be conscientious of who's in line with you, and you want to pay attention, guys will reorganize those lines for efficiency. They are very good at what they do. Some of them have normal personalities where they're just, they're just there to do a job. A lot of them are super nice and very talkative, and they're enjoying living their best cat life, and they're absolutely in the right places. So I can't say more than enough about the people at the emission station. So give them a shout out. I don't know if there's like a survey place or something like that. I guess I'd have to look it up, because my guy was super nice, and we had a grand old time doing something that would normally be just considered mundane and boring. So that's it. And I think they have other waivers too. I just don't know about those. But basically, this is the one of how much do you have to spend to keep your vehicle on the road if you fail your emissions. And the dollar amount is $450. And I did get to impress a random guy there, because he was upset he didn't have any of his receipts, and it was shooting a code, and then it was shooting in that code and a new code the next time he went in, and he replaced the gas cap. And I was like, sir, let me help you out with your F-250. He's like, you are very knowledgeable. I'm like, yeah. I didn't give the shout out about the YouTube thing. I think I overwhelmed him a bit. But he was a super nice guy, but he was very much like confused on why some random lady was giving him lots of information. He's like, my mechanic said it was a gas cap, so I bought a cap. I'm like, no, P0440 or P0442, whichever one it was, because I do not memorize codes. I am not that person. But I saw it, I knew it, and I was like, it could be a gas cap, or it could be anything from the gas cap down to the fuel line where the fuel tank is, going into the engine. O2 sensors, all this other stuff included. Sir, if you buy parts for your vehicle, you need to keep those receipts, because he did not have any receipts. And he did change out, according to him, his O2 sensors. So I don't know if that was a preventative measure or what it was, but he absolutely should have kept his receipts. And I also told him, he's like, and I paid for it in cash, and it's like, I'm going to shake you. Don't pay for stuff in cash, one. Two, if you're going to buy parts, go to AutoZone or Advance. Anything that has any type of warranty on it, they will ask you for your phone number. Give them your phone number, and then you will have a receipt of that purchase, and that will help you out in the event that you lose receipts. Speaking of which, she took my receipt. She didn't make a copy of my receipt, but luckily, because I do shop with AutoZone, have those receipts in the event that I have an issue with any of those parts in the future. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great day. It's raining over here. I look very redly illuminated because of the lights in front of me. But that's it. And there's a guy with the beer bottle walking across the street. Very bold. Possibly illegal. Maybe not illegal. I don't know. I don't know the Maryland laws.